Hey, welcome back. I've spent a lot of time thinking about momentum. Momentum is when the wheel is sitting there and you give a little tiny push and the wheel starts to spin. And as momentum builds up, that same little amount of push, that same little bit of force gets the wheel spinning faster and faster and faster as it gains momentum, and you seem to go along and have an enjoyable ride with that. And then all of a sudden, life happens and resistance takes hold and it slows down that wheel. It puts the brakes on. Maybe it's an accident, maybe it's work, maybe it's family, it's life, and life starts slowing it down. At that point, for me, I don't want to be thinking about the momentum as much as I usually do. Momentum's not my challenge. My challenge is the resistance that's happening, and how can I combat that resistance to get the wheel moving again? So, I've had sort of three thoughts on that. The first thought is you can't beat yourself up for it. You're giving yourself negative feedback and making yourself feel like crap because you're doing something that's not making you feel better doesn't seem to me will make you feel better. Following on to that, even though you have fallen into these habits, for me, I like overeat, I eat crappy food, I watch TV instead of doing some simple, quick movement, I decide that I don't have time to do that. I have time to scroll my phone for 15, 20, 30, 2 hours, but the 15 minutes of having my body move, it apparently seems I don't have time for that. So what I don't want to do, though, is I don't want to give up. Giving up's not going to help you. As long as there's breath and life, there is hope. And finally, with that, for myself, I need to have my brain override things for a minute. Let my brain do its work and say that, yes, you may be falling into these bad patterns, but you need to do 15 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes of helping yourself. And then you can let everything fall back to the way it was. You need to sort of force yourself to do these things, even though you don't feel like doing it. It's just, that's the way it is. So let's try this together. Let's start going against our resistance and letting the momentum take over again. This is Feel Better with Lauren. I'm Lauren. Give me a like, notify, subscribe, and give me a follow if you'd like. So here we are. It's beautiful out. The leaves are starting to turn color. It's a nice place to be right now. It's nice and warm. Today we're just going to do something to fight that resistance a little bit, to get things moving, and to hopefully enjoy the benefits of what that movement does. Let's start cross-legged if you can. You can also be kneeling. You could also be sitting on a chair. And let's just take a few minutes to feel where our body's at and feel all the different things that are going on. I can always still feel this SI joint that I have going on. And let's just get rid of some of that stale air, as we always do. 3 big breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. And then after that, we'll breathe with our mouth closed, only through our nose, making that sort of fogging up sound, but with our mouth closed. So, big breath in through our nose. Now let's close our mouth and just keep breathing through our nose. And take a few minutes just to feel how we feel. Today I want to start off on our back, just to start from a place of relaxation, and also just get ourselves stretching a little tiny bit. We can put our feet together in a sort of reclined butterfly and let your thighs sort of hang open a little bit. If you want, you could put blocks beneath here just so you can rest. If you want to let's just feel that stretch here in the inside of our thighs. And with every breath in through our nose, as we make some space, and as we breathe out through our nose, we can relax into the space that we've created. Hop your knees back up and pull your knees into your chest now as much as you can. And just sort of move that around a little bit. See if you can feel how your spine is feeling from that. For me, this is where everything seems to be locked up. So let's pull in and just create some space again and relax into that space. Last breath in. And let's put our right leg over our left knee. And let's just pull our knees to our chest. Keep your feet flexed as you do this. That sort of helps your knee, so you're not pulling on your knee. You're sort of pulling on your hip on your right side with this. And put your knees together and put them off to the right. Just a normal supine twist. Put your right hand on top of your thigh, put your left arm over, and just relax into this to whatever you can do. Don't push this. This is almost just getting in touch with your body. You can feel it, like I can feel it sort of pulling back, and I'm not fighting it. I'm just going to that edge and just relaxing into it. Breathing in to create some space and breathing out to relax into that space. Now bring your knees back up to your chest. Just sort of line everything back up again. And put your right leg over your left knee. Keep your feet flexed and pull back the other way now. I find leaning in just a little bit to your left and it'll sort of focus that stretch on your hip. That sciatica there. Sciatic. And one last big breath. And put your knees together and let them fall. Again, just a simple slope to the side with your left hand on top of your thigh and leaning back the other way now. Last breath in. And your knees back up to your chest once more. Hug them into your chest. And just sort of feel that sort of lines up your spine again. At least it does me. Put your heels down right by your hands of where they are. And here we're going to just do that little bit of bridge. Do it as much as you can. You're not trying to go push too hard on this, but you want to feel it, dig in with your heels and use your glutes to get up, and use your core to sort of to stabilize yourself. So pushing up, tuck your shoulder blades underneath. This is one that I can't do as much as I used to, but it's good for your pelvic floor and all kinds of stuff. But just sort of pushing in there, creating some tension on on your back, and using your core. Now go up on your toes, get your hands over your head, and just slowly come down. Slow, slow, slow. One vertebrae at a time. And your knees into your chest again, just to straighten everything up. Now, if you can, which is something I didn't used to be able to do, sort of lock yourself and let's roll forward and sit on your front. And then cross our legs and roll over. And let's do our tabletop and cat cow as we do. And we'll do this sort of with the barrel roll as well. So we're going around in circles and we're following our breath. So inhale, we sink. Exhale, outside. The cat. Rolling the other way as we inhale. Exhale, one more time around and we'll go the other way. Let's go the other way now. Inhale. Now from here back to child's pose. Knees apart, toes almost touching. And let's just sink down and stretch out that back spine now that you're loosened up a little bit with the cat cow. Last breath in. Let's tuck our toes up to downward dog if you can. I'm still in the mode where I need to keep my knees bent because I want to keep a straight line between my wrists, my shoulders, and my hips. So I'm just going to pedal out a little bit here to see if I can get any more length. But unfortunately, I'm keeping my legs bent quite a bit. Find a little bit of stillness now. Straighten your legs a little bit more if you can, but no sweat if you can't. Last breath, and then we're going to go to plank. So inhale to plank, and then exhale back to downward dog. You can be on your knees for this too. Inhale to plank, exhale to downward dog. Last one. Inhale to plank, exhale to downward dog. Now this time we're going to inhale and go a little further and go to inhale and then drop our hips and go to upward dog if you can. I'm going to stay on my toes and then back to downward dog. Let's do that two more. Last time. We'll stay in downward dog for a second and we'll put our right leg to the air for three-legged dog. And then bring our knee into our chest and slowly kick it through. And we're going to come down to a low lunge. So low lunge, squared here, and we're just pushing forward. We're feeling a stretch right here. And put your hands over your head as if you're holding a balloon, like a beach ball above your head. And with each stretch, each inhale, make a little room. Keep your hips squared. And now we're going to put our left arm forward and our right arm back. So a twist. And back up to low lunge above. And to runner's lunge. And back to three-legged dog. And then goes down again. So settle yourself in there. Then your left leg to the sky for three-legged dog. And then to your chest. Put your leg through your hands if you can. That's the slower one for me. That's just not moving the right way. Again, squared. Again, keeping your hips squared, facing forward. And then holding your hands above your head engaged like you're holding a balloon or a beach ball. And you can just stretch into each thing as you go. Last breath in. And then your right arm forward, your left arm back. And you're using your core to pull you around. You're not using your arm. That's just going around because it is. And the last breath in, your arms to the sky. And then back to downward dog. Now let's walk forward. And then in a forward fold. I'm doing a little bit better on my legs being straight. You can bend them if you want, or don't go down so far. But relax into this. Inhale, halfway lift, your back nice and flat and a 90-degree, and then exhale the forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Last one. And now let's go down to a squat while we're here. And that's become a little bit better for me. Again, put your arms in front and in your thighs. And I find if you just do a little bit of pressure out, you can sit a little bit nicer. Trying to keep your back straight, not falling into it rolled in this one, as straight as you can. And this will open up your hips a lot. It can relieve some pressure on your back as well. Now put your hands down and your hips go up. You roll all the way up to the top, over the side, your hands back to the center, and let's slowly sink down if you can to the squat. 2 more times. I'll just face you for a sec now. So we're left at the top of our mat right here, right now. Let's put let's go our hands up in the air on an inhale. Grab your right arm and go to the side with an exhale. And release your right arm over and just pull your neck around and do just a few little circles over here and circles the other way. You're not cranking your head, you're just sort of giving light tension on your head. And then back up and over to the other side. This is a lot harder for me on this side. Not surprising. Just breathing in, creating some space. Exhale, going into that space. And coming up. And on this side, just pull over. Just light traction on your neck. Nice and hard. Forward circles. Backward circles. Then inhale up. And exhale there. And then let's just finally just as we're sort of winding down, let's roll out our shoulders. Forward and back. And forward. Everything popping and clicking there and back. All right, just a little movement, just a little force. Go turn on some TV if you'd like. Go eat whatever you want. Enjoy life as much as you can. We know it's really short. And hopefully that helps release some of those breaks that might have been happening. We'll see you in the next one.
Always talk to your healthcare professional before starting a new regime. If you experience pain, discomfort, or dizziness, slow down or stop. These videos will become easier each day, but if it doesn't feel right today, go slower or move to another video. Listen to your body.